Hey, this is my GCSE Art Textiles coursework book, and as you'll see it's a non-standard size, and this is because I made it myself. It's made using card and then it's lined with fabric, and then the pages are stuck together in a zigzag pattern, so effectively they could all unravel out into one massive piece of paper. So let's take a look. Okay, so this is basically just a summary page of what I was doing in my project, and it's just got some little samples of bits I was doing throughout my book, and we pretty much got to choose our own topic for this part of the course. Okay, so this page was basically just pictures that I'd taken from a museum, or a couple of museums, different bits here. And then I've got a response to these artists here. These are ink drawings or ink paintings, whatever you want to call them. And then over here I've got a multimedia page, which is done with drawing, painting, printing, embroidery. It's really a bit of everything. Here on this page I was looking at kimono patterns and the little emblems that are used on them, and had a go at stenciling some of my own. And then I've also got some drawings here and the little kimono that has fine embroidery on it here that I did. This is a page of pictures that I took, and then I've got a response to some of these pictures. Here this is done on the sort of translucent paper, so you get a different effect on either side, and I've added different bits to it. Some more pictures that I took, and then here we've got a follow-up response to this with drawings, observational drawings from these things, and paint onto some of the pictures to highlight certain sections. I've also got silk screen printing sample there, and a little kimono that I made out of that fabric. This is a photocopy of batiqued fabric that I did, and there's the sample of the real fabric. I've also got embroidery here, a little hairpiece that I made, and I've also got a little note on the back of a Angelic Pretty tag about how this links into the modern fashions, because it's like pink and sort of girly and stuff, and so I've got lace here to demonstrate that link. Okay, so this follows into the next page, modern Japanese fashion, and again I went to an exhibition for that, and there was a little booklet, so I've put in some of the pages from this booklet that I thought were important to what I was doing, and then I've got some responses to it here with drawings that I've done myself. And then this page here is on Lolita fashion, which is obviously the modern Japanese fashion end, a bit that I was really looking at. For those of you that have seen my other videos, you'll know that this is really where my passion lies. And for this I had to cut up my beautiful Gothic Lolita Bible, which is a magazine, and so that was hard, but it was for my GCSE, so it was worth it. And so I just talk through what that is here and the inspiration and all those sort of bits. And then this is basically what I was planning to do for my final piece. This end result here, which is known as Work Lolita. And so we've got some final designs there. And then the coloured final designs are here, one in drawing and one in a sort of watercolour. And then I've got a fabric version here. Fabric's a little bent. And then here on the last page, I've got printing samples that I did for the obi, which is the belt bit of the dress. And this is silk screen printing here. And you can see it's actually not my strong point, it's one of the weaker parts of my book actually. And I've got some little samples of little hair pieces that I did here as well. Okay, so that's my book, start to finish. I hope that was helpful for you. Okay, so we're going to look at my final piece, and we're going to look at it in the separate elements, and then I will show you some pictures of it all together at the end. Okay, so this was the skirt that went at the bottom. It's lined with lace, and it's a see-through gauze fabric. And the whole thing was covered in these little beads that I'd sewn together just to make it a little bit more twinkly and like little berries almost. Okay, so that's that bit. So this is the obi, which is the belt which goes round the waist. And there's about 4 foot of this that I did. And it's all done in batik, which is where you take plain fabric and then drop wax onto it in the shape that you want. Then paint it or dye it, I use ink for this. And then once it's dry, ironing the wax back off again, so you're left with these bare marks to reveal your picture. Like that, okay. This was the smaller part of the obi, which also goes around the waist, and this was done with silk screen printing. And so you can see where the pattern repeats, starting from there to there, and then it'll repeat over again. And there's about 2.5 foot of this fabric in a long band, and it's the same on both sides. It goes right round in the hem. It's hemmed in at the middle there, so it's a little bit thicker and will be firmer for using as a belt. Okay, so this is the dress, and I can't actually fit it all in to my screen here, but there you go. Okay, so we'll just have a look at some of the techniques that are on it. Firstly, it's all dyed. It was plain white fabric and I dyed it blue. It's hemmed with red lace, and there's stencils all across it here. But the thing that got me the main points for this, I think, was really my embroidery. So there's silk stitch there, and there's French knots there as well, and then there's just ordinary running stitch. Yeah, so I've got this all across the dress. And this sleeve, it's all the way down the length of it. And embroidery looks really good, but it does take a really long time, so do be aware of that if you're going to use embroidery in your piece. Okay, so now I'll show you some pictures of it on the girl who modelled it for me at the time, and I think you'll get a better idea of what it looks like there, so I hope this has been really helpful for you. Okay, bye!